Hi, it's Barbara with Dhrupad Love and Cats. I hope you're all doing well, staying healthy. Today I want to talk to you about nail care for playing Rudra Veena. So when we play the Rudra Veena, just like any stringed instrument, our hands on our non-dominant side play on the strings. That requires a certain set of nails. And at least for instruments that we don't use, like picks or plectrums or misrabs or anything with, then we have a different set of requirements for nails on the right hand. So in this tradition, the Dagravani style of Rudra Veena, we do not use picks or plectrums or misrabs or anything like that. We use our hands, our fingers, with nails. That's all we use is our nails and our flesh. So I want to talk to you about nail shape and size and how to care for them a bit. So let's start with the left hand. And I have a separate video of my left hand and what the nails on that left hand look like.
So this is the left hand fingernails. You can see that they're all fairly short, and the thumbnail really doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want with it.
So I'm right-handed, so my left hand is the hand that's going up and down the fretboard. That's normal. That is normal practice, that it's your non-dominant hand that goes up and down the fretboard. So, so we keep the nails on that non-dominant hand, in my case, the left hand, quite short. Not very, very, very short, not like down to the quick or anything like that, but quite short so that the nails are not getting in the way when you're trying to press or pull on the string. So, and on the Veena, it's these three fingers that matter. These are the fingers that we're playing on the strings with. The thumb is just kind of there, giving you support, and the baby finger is also just there, giving you a little bit of support. They don't do anything. So you can keep those two fingers, the nails on those, any way you like. That I don't think would interfere with anything. But these three fingernails you want to keep quite short. So I'll show you in that little video clip what mine look like. They're quite short. I keep my nails a little bit shorter maybe than other Veena players because I'm also playing the classical guitar again, and that does require very short nails. So I keep mine a little bit on the shorter side. Let me say at this point that I never use a nail clip. So, you know, like one of those things where you clip, 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 I never use one of those. And I'll come to that in a little bit. I never use them because they cause tiny, tiny cracks in your nails, and those are just going to cause you trouble eventually. So on the right hand, again, your thumb is just giving you support. It's just holding your hand steady. So the nail there can be whatever length you like it to be. I keep mine fairly long because, again, I'm playing the guitar, and so on guitar we play with our thumb, so that does need a nail. But if you're just playing Veena, you can keep that nail short if you like. Mostly we need nails for these two fingers. These are the two fingers we stroke with, mostly, and the baby finger. So pinky nail is really, really important because that's what plays the chikari strings. These are not sympathetic strings. They're actually played with your pinky and sometimes with one of your other fingers too. But so you need nails on these two fingers and on your pinky. And I'll talk about these nails. What you do with your ring finger nail, kind of up to you. I wouldn't keep it really short, but it doesn't have to be as long as the others. We generally don't play with the nail on the ring finger, your third finger. Mostly we do play with it, but we play with the flesh part. We're not playing with the nail. So these two fingers The nails on these two fingers I keep pretty long, so you can see maybe that you can see them over the top of my fingers. You'll see more on the little videos that I add. And the pinky is pretty darn long because you have to, so your hand is playing here and you have to be able to reach back to catch the chicari. That sometimes can require a quite long nail. Kind of depends on the size and shape of your hand and the nature of your veena, how long exactly that nail will need to be.
And this is my right hand. So for veena, the right thumb, you can do whatever you want with it. I keep mine long because I'm playing guitar again. And guitarists need a thumbnail. And these two are really important on the veena. You need some nails for that. I'll show you what it looks like from this side. This nail is not that important because generally we do use the ring finger on the right hand for playing, but the stroke doesn't really require a nail. The baby finger, the pinky, you do need quite a nice long nail for that one. So that's what that looks like. That's what the length that I need. You might need a shorter nail or a longer one, depends on the shape of your hand and the nature of your veena.
So yeah, you can think about those things. So one thing to consider when you start playing the veena is that your hands are not going to be nicely symmetrical in terms of the length of nails. So I know for women at least, lots of women like to have beautiful nails and, you know, shaped beautifully and the same on both hands. Well, that's just not going to happen if you're going to play the veena, because you can't have long nails on your left hand or your non-dominant hand, and you can't have short nails on your dominant hand, your right hand. So sorry about that. You can still paint them pretty colors. So now I want to say a little bit about the nail care itself. I get a lot of cracks in my nails, so I am always dealing with fixing cracks, and probably every day I do a little bit of filing and shaping and polishing and things like that. So I want to show you some things that I have found useful. This nail rescue kit is awesome. I love it. I don't own stock in this company. I don't know these people. They didn't pay me to say any of this. I just happened to get it from Amazon. If you live in the US, you can find this easily on Amazon, and I think it works great. And I also want to talk to you about a nice set of nail files that I got. Again, I don't know these people. I don't own stock in their company. I don't get paid to say these things. I just think they're nice. Also from Amazon. Okay, so let me show you what's in this nail rescue kit. You get a little bottle of glue and a little thing of powder. I don't really know exactly what this powder is, but it works great. And a little polishing thing. It's like very fine sandpaper. So I'm actually going to do this for you because I have a cracked nail, so I want you to see how easy it is to fix. So you have your cracked nail. I just have a towel here in case I spill something. So in my case, it's the first finger nail on my right hand, and I need a nail on that hand. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on, just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to take my little bottle of powder. I don't know if you can see exactly. It's just a little white powder. And I'm going to dip my fingernail in right there. And the powder, I guess, helps everything to set. And then I'm just going to maybe wipe away any excess powder. It kind of gets in different places, including under your fingernails. So you want to clear that out. It will dry quickly, It's already dry, actually. And then you can take this little buff thing and just buff it so that it's smooth and doesn't catch. That's what happens to me. I get cracks in my nails and then they catch on something and then it rips and then you don't have a nail to play with, which is not what you want. So mostly I just rub from the top so that it gets smooth and that crack doesn't stand out or anything. I get most of my cracks in the pinky nail because that's the longest. So I'm always using this nail repair kit to fix that nail. You'll also want to buff it because I don't notice it with these fingers as much because we're playing like this. But on the pinky where the nail's actually contacting the string like that, the sound can be affected, I noticed, using this powder. So I really have to buff it so that it's smooth and doesn't affect the sound of the string. So that's the nail repair kit. So simple. You see how fast it was. Wasn't expensive. It's really my best friend now. The other thing I use every day is these nail files, which I got on Amazon. And it's a company called Three Swords, and it's a German company. I really like these. So you get, for I can't remember how much money, not very much, you get 2 nail files and a little buffing stick, which has 3 different levels of roughness or smoothness, kind of like very, very, very fine sandpaper. So every day probably I have little snags in my nails, or one nail is getting too long or whatever. I need to shape something. So I use these all the time. And the little buffing stick is also great. So I like this brand. Any brand is really fine as long as you like it and it does the job. So I think I have told you everything that I wanted to say. And I'll paste in these other videos that I took just so you see my nails more clearly. Of course, your nails will be particular to you and your hand shape and your hand size and how you play the Veena. But these are some of the basics. So enjoy playing Veena and have fun taking care of your nails. And I'll see you again soon. Take care.